This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about Tory Lanez, okay? Nobody said he's completely innocent. We always said that he has his own guilt in this situation. Same with Kelsey, mainly, and then Meg, okay? Meg and Kelsey had their own fight during this whole thing. That came out in court, but they had a little story going up to this, and that, that's been leaked now. That sit down she had with police in September, 2 years after the fact. They sat down with her. And then the jail call from Tory does sound very guilty. Like he knows he did have something wrong. Like I said, everyone had their part in this. The fact is Meg got hurt. Did they prove in court that Tory was 100% the only person guilty? I don't think so. I think that Kelsey has her guilt too. I think that he has partial guilt, but what about the lies that were told during this case too? Messy case. Everybody was wrong, I have to say. But the jury gets it wrong sometimes, but the jury said that Tory's guilty and that it's up to him to appeal it. But let's play these things. Again, I'm never for a guy putting hands on a woman, and he clearly put hands on one of these females that night, I'm not for that at all. So that's why I always say he had his guilt in the situation. But I don't stand on people lying either, and I think they all lied. I think they're all liars, some more than others. Let's get into some of these calls that were leaked, though. We'll get into a call and then we'll get into the interview. Let's get this out of the way. I don't want to keep bringing this into the new year. Do you? This is annoying. Here's the call between Kelsey and Tory right here.
I know she probably never gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh, I was just so drunk. I didn't even know what was going on, bro. I didn't even know what was going on, bro. Like that, I never do something like that, bro. Just so drunk, I just didn't even understand what was going on, bro. Whatever. Yeah. But regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Never moved like that at all, bro. For real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happened, but
a whole lot, bro. A whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again. But, bro, I just want you to know, bro. What happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry. I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got to the house, Shorty, all top, he gave me 5 shots, off the door, you feel me? So I was out of there, wasn't even there with, you feel me? He was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with, bro, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I was already up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
It's but tell me what hospital she's in, bruh. You get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry.
So he's really calling here to be like, yo, I need to get bailed out. Can you call my driver or my security? He's not really calling to really check up on them. He's like, yo, I need to get out of here. What hospital are you in? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Something happened, all right? He provoked them. Don't forget this, okay? There is one thing you can't forget. He provoked this situation to happen by bringing up them all having sex with him, okay? He was the catalyst to let this situation kind of happen. He kind of did it to himself, okay? And his witness went against him. Kind of did it to himself. Sometimes people can't get out of their own way. And I think Tory, I'm not saying yo guys, they proved it in court. I'm saying that he kind of like did a lot of this to himself to put himself in a situation where this would happen and he would get, in trouble. And he might need this to humble himself. He was a little bit too cocky the past 2 years, like having videos where he's beating the trial and all this other stuff. I think Kelsey should have been charged, too, to be honest with you. She for sure should have been charged.
Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that. I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
All right, so that's that. Then we got, let's going to breeze through Kelsey and her little sit down and interview with prosecutors. There was a lot of weird stuff going on with the lawyers in these cases, too.
They just started hitting each other with their careers as artists. So now we're at the final, the next stop where the incident occurs. And this time, Tory...
Just so you know, like, there's another audio of her, like, where, like, they stopped one time and got out of the car and got back in the car. Tory got her to get back in the car. Then the next stop, this is where the incident happens. And this is where Kelsey, also, don't forget, she said, oh, this is a lie when she sat down with us. Like, this is a lie. I just said this, I just said this. This is a lie. And she allegedly told the truth in court. Who knows? She should be held in contempt, bro. Like, why isn't she charged with something,
He demands Quan to let us out. He's like, let these hoes out, let these bitches out the car. This is my car. And so we're like, okay. Like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over and everything here transpires. Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door, which I'm behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, Especially we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side, and no sooner they just started hitting each other with their careers as artists. Do you know?
On the passenger side.
Are open, correct. So.
And is he shooting through the window or over the top of the door?
No, he's shooting over the top of the door. So.
That short guy cannot shoot over the window. Let's just be honest. Maybe he was shooting through an open window, and I don't know if he was shooting at all. I think she does let in this, too, that he shot in the air or something, and I don't know.
Near the top of the door would be the rear passenger door?
The right front passenger. So, again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it, because it was very very smooth. And he was leaning over the front passenger door, and she was shooting the gun.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say like my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side was kind of like this. Like this is the door, and
Are you still partially in the car at this point?
No, I'm out of the vehicle. I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So do you know?
On the passenger side.
Where's Megan?
So I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking away when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the time I look up, she's facing towards us, and I would describe it like a deer in headlights. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up, higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see. But the way Tory was angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. Definitely in her direction. So at that point, we kind of were in shock,
Did you hear him say anything as he was shooting?
He did not say anything.
Okay.
There was no words at that point,
What was Quan doing? Did he tell?
I think everybody was in shock.
Okay, so where's Megan?
So
He wasn't.
He wasn't
part
even.
of it.
Right here, at this point right here, he wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next, I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun from. Like I said, the motion when he first threatened me was middle console, but I don't know if that's where the gun was.
But you had said he referenced like shooting y'all earlier while you're in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if he had a gun
Correct.
in his control somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
And so after the shots rang, it was like I said, 5 shots. We kind of froze, and by the time I get back into I snapped. Megan had either crawled or walked or limped over to. She's in a driveway. She's in a driveway on the side of the driver's side. She's in a driveway. Tory sits down.
In the front passenger seat?
In the front passenger seat.
Okay.
He's sitting. I guess just kind of shocked also.
He wasn't.
He was. So I ran over to her. I immediately ran to her. You know, she's the forefront of my thoughts. My job as a friend in general is just like naturally is to protect my friend, protect. So now I'm in defense mode on the behalf of Megan. I ran to her. She's on the floor. I never looked at her feet. I never really just got to look at her. I just know when I ran to her and she grabbed me, she had blood. So in my head, she had got shot because shots just went off and she's bleeding. That's what I think. So I see Tory coming around the vehicle. It's dark, lights are flat, hitting him. It's almost like a scary scene. So again, I'm in defense mode. I see him coming around the vehicle, and in my head, I'm thinking he's about to come over here and attack us.
Do you see whether or not when he's coming around the vehicle if he still has the gun?
I don't believe he had the gun.
So what they're doing is like first of all, she is lying because she said she's lying. Then she later said there was a witness that said she fired a weapon too. Tory put hands on them for sure, right? We know that. Tory, did he empty the clip in the air? Maybe. What I think he was really remorseful for is he knows he caused all this, putting all that out, that he's smashing both of them and this, causing a fight where they're all fighting in the car, drunk, gun comes out, shots are fired. Meg's injured now because there's this fight going on. Tory is being aggressive, trying to get into that car to save his career. And, obviously manhandling them. Supposedly it was punching them, Bro, they're all guilty, bro. Kelsey should have been charged too, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Meg should have been charged, but because she was the one that was injured. It seems like Kelsey and Tory are the aggressors in this situation, to be honest. I hate that nobody tells the truth in this, And that, I think they all played their part. Meg shouldn't have been smashing Tory behind her friend's back. It doesn't mean she deserved to get hurt. Nobody deserved to get hurt. A gun shouldn't be introduced when everybody's drunk. A gun should only be introduced if your life's in danger. Nobody's life was in danger. People's feelings were hurt. Such an ugly situation. And I don't believe they really... the court case was so sloppy. People going back on statements they made and everything. It's just... Bro. I don't know. Let's see what his punishment is. But Kelsey should be charged too, I'm going to be honest with you. We'll see. And what about all the lies of... So, I'm not saying that Meg should be punished, but nobody's addressing that the story's changed a million times. That's all I'm saying. That's the part that I hate. Why does the story keep changing over 2.5 years? It's frustrating because we have to endure all this. Anyways, it's Jordan Tower, JT News. Peace.